starting lineup for Memphis. Jalen Wells out there with Jackson. Then there's Santi Aldama. Then it's Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the 2-guard spot. And for Chicago, they've got Okoro. Gershon Yabusele out there with Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Jones in at the point. All right, Grant, when your team is in the second game of a back-to-back, do you play it differently?
You know, it depends on what happened in the first game. Did your starters have to play a lot of minutes? Did you get into double overtime? It just depends, B.A.
Pass to Okoro. Here's Giddey. The layup off target. Here's Coward, picked by Aldama. Outside Wells. From the arc. It's hauled in by the Bulls. This is the first they're seeing of Memphis.
These teams were similar last year, both in how they treated this head-to-head matchup and where they finished in the standings.
Well, in terms of where they sit in the league, these teams are both in the middle of the pack, but both are looking to take the next step.
Now here's Jerome. Last game, 26 points for him. Jackson, the screen. Fires the 3. Jones grabs the board. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Chicago, fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
That 3 is a shot Jones has developed over his first few years.
Jerome passes to Aldama. And the layup is good off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Back to Jones. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Jones. The 3 from Okoro. The shot that time not on target. Aldama right side. Yep, that one goes. Aldama's gotten his second bucket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Jackson, the pass to Aldama. Yep, count it. Aldama's got 6.
And at 7 feet tall, Aldama can burn you inside. Even with the contact, he's tough to contain at times.
You talk about a high-variance team. The Grizzlies keep you guessing, Coach.
Yeah, they do. They're young, brash, a ton of talent, and at times they've seemed poised to take over the West, but it hasn't happened yet.
And again, no good by Chicago. Grizzlies lead by 3. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Jerome against Yabusele. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. So Jerome will go to the free throw line. It's on Gershon Yabusele, and he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Ty Jerome at the line for 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the Bulls, with 1 playoff game win in the last 8 seasons, the lowest total over any 8-year stretch in franchise history, Stan.
Well, yeah, they've hovered around 500 for the last 4 seasons and been really competitive. But the problem is you can get stuck in that middle. Now, going young, can they find a path back to relevance?
And so it's Memphis with it. Chicago making their last shot. Jerome against Jones. Pass to Coward, back to Wells. 6 on the shot clock. They set the screen. Jackson for 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. The Bulls trail by 4. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And here's Okoro, defended by Jackson. From Pete Giddy. They get the rebound. Outside Jones. The three-pointer off the mark. Memphis leading by 4. Aldama outside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, B.A., and admitting that in recent years they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now a change of course is taking place.
Now here's Giddy. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Sinks that one from the post.
Well, don't forget now, Giddy possesses considerable height at his position, which makes him a threat to score down low.
Here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Back to Jerome. Pass to Aldama. Shot clock at 6. Here's Coward. This one for 3. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. Richards, pass to Giddy. Chicago passing it around. Outside Jones. Richards with a screen. Releases. And there's another one for Chicago. Memphis leading by 3. Outside Wells. Jackson outside. And again, it's Memphis missing. Jones feels it out. It's Giddy on the wing. Takes a 3. That shot is off.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Jerome passes to Aldama. Jerome with the ball. Richards is there. Clock at 6. Pass to Jerome. Fires the 3. Drains the triple. Jerome's got 6.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. 6-point game. And here's Giddy. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
Oh, Giddy takes the hit and still finishes inside.
Pass to Aldama. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now here's Okoro. No points yet. Left side Jones. Here's Richards. Guarded by Aldama. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Jones from outside. Memphis with a rebound. And here's Jerome. He has 6. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
This will be his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
Shooting 1.
Well, not the place Aldama makes the biggest impact. He specializes elsewhere on the court.
Giddy passes to Richards. Now here's Jones. Back to Richards. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Grizzlies lead by 7. Jerome passes to Aldama. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Memphis shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight.
4th team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Santi Aldama.
One shot.
At the line for one.
A slender big man with a nice shooting touch. Aldama is one of those guys who seems to get steadily better each season.
Outside Giddey. Back to Jones. Uses the glass on the layup. Jones has got 9 points.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Jackson outside. Puts up a three. Knocks it down from distance.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Bulls trail by 11. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a ring on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Memphis shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Looking at who's out there now for Chicago. Williams comes in for Okoro, and it's Colin Sexton in for Jones. And that one misses. Entering the NBA at just 19 years of age, Gigi Jackson has such a bright future, Coach.
Well, Brian, he was scoring 15 a game as such a young rookie. He is a scoring 6'9" wing, and I think Jackson will grow in this league. To me, it's about getting consistent with the jumper for Gigi.
That free throw, no good. And you look at Colin Sexton. Puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
And the second free throw is good. What you appreciate about Colin Sexton, he's very team-minded offensively, Coach.
Yeah, he sees the big picture, works hard to make smart plays. Sometimes it's a pass, and other times, Brian, it's finishing the possession.
Now here's Jerome. He has 6. Richards with it. Picked up by Jerome. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's Pippen. After the basket by Chicago. Pass to Aldama. Launches it. Nails it from 3. Aldama's got 20.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
And here's Giddey. Back to Sexton. Here's Williams. Now Richards. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Golden State Warriors. For 3, Sexton. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hendricks got the loose ball, but that'll be a backcourt violation. For Chicago, Smith, he's checked in for Buzelis. And Dillingham subbed in for Giddey. Prosper's checked in for Memphis. Spencer comes in for Jerome. Bulls trail by 10. Pass to Smith. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Here's Spencer out to the right wing. Pippen outside. Now Aldama. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 22.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Now here's Sexton. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game. Back to Williams. The three. Sexton, that's good. Sexton's got 7 points.
Well, there's the sleight of hand by Sexton, launching quickly.
Pippen outside. Pass to Prosper. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. And the basket by Pippen. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
A nice shot by Richards.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Spencer. Check by Sexton. To the middle. And the basket by Aldama. Aldama's got 24 points.
He's rolling. The best start to a game you could hope for.
Now here's Sexton. He's got 7. And he comes up with a bucket. Sexton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies earning this break in the action, up 10. Their work from distance has been impressive, and it's put them in this lead right now. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you think, guys?
I'll tell you what, judging from that first period, you have to love what they're doing offensively.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this can continue.
They've got Nick Richards. Williams is out there with Jalen Smith. Then there's Colin Sexton, and it's Kawamura in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And that one good.
And look, Sexton's lack of size has never prevented him from mixing it up down low.
They set a pick. Pippen outside. Pass to Prosper. To the wing, right side. Pippen outside. Fires for 3. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Now here's Richards. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. They have a strong finish with 2 hands.
And Sexton is a microwave scorer. And once he finds his rhythm, he's difficult to slow down.
Now here's Pippen. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Rupert. And here's Pippen. From outside the arc. Smith with the rebound. The Bulls trail by 11. A nice shot by Richards. Richards has got 6 points.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pass to Spencer. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
It really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
First one falls. Chicago making some changes. Okoro is checked in for Smith. Josh Giddey comes in for Sexton. And it's Jones in for Kawamura. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Here's Giddey. The three from Okoro. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game.
Smart decision by Giddey to get the ball out for a better look. Just such a good, pure pass.
Here's Coward. He's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And how about the rebounding, too? He was just all over the glass, and the other team had no answers for how to contain him.
And so here is Chicago. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Outside Jones. Williams with the screen. Jones misses. Grizzlies lead by 10. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, BA. The Bulls are going younger. Coach Billy Donovan said, we don't want to be just stuck in the middle. There's no question about that, but it's always about the integrity of competition. The building out part is identifying guys that are going to help us move forward. Back to you, BA.
Taking the long view. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Outside, Williams. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Jones. Richards with a screen. Lets it fly. They grab their own miss. Off target at the rim.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Jerome. No one near him. And there's Memphis with another bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Jones. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. And the shot goes.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Grizzlies lead by 12. Jerome with the ball. Give him 8. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
On the wing, Jones. He's covered by Jerome. The 3 from Okoro. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his 4th assist with that last one. And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. There's the drive. Pass to Wells. Here's Coward, guarded by Okoro. Here's Jerome. Shot blocked. And now the Bulls in transition. Now here's Giddey. Not a lot of room. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit. Giddey's got 6 points.
So smooth in transition. The Australian Josh Giddey cashing in.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
It's time for the coolest crew in the 3-1.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Richards. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. On display now, the point guards most likely to hurt you from the line since the All-Star break. And you look at Jerome, he's been fantastic. Only one guy in the league better from the line.
Yeah, when this group goes to the line, odds are they're sinking their shots. As a result, the defense really has to question whether they can be as aggressive as they'd like to be.
And that's something he can really use to his advantage. It gives him an edge against more imposing defenders.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Jackson against Williams. Lets it fly. And there's another one for the Bulls. Memphis leading by 9. Jerome outside. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Yabusele. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Okoro passes to Williams. Jones from outside. Rebounded by Prosper.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And that one's good. Coward.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Bulls trail by 11. Giddey finds Williams. On the wing, Jones. He's covered by Jerome. Pass to Jones. The three. Can't get that one to go. Now 4 for 10.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
There's the three. Jerome, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Jones in the post. He's covered by Jerome. That's good from Jones. And the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist of the night. Pass to Prosper. Now here's Wells. Here's Jackson. The 3-ball. The rebound by Yabusele. Yabusele's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Giddey. 6 points for him. Giddey with a screen on Jackson. Outside Jones. 6 to shoot. The 3 is up. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, he's pressing right now, which can happen when you're trying to cut into a lead.
And here's Jerome. 12 points for him. And he gets the bucket. Jerome's got 8 points in the quarter.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Ellis is checked in for Chicago. And Memphis also making a switch. Aldama's checked in. On defense, the Grizzlies. They've led by as many as 14. Pass to Okoro. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, he got off to a slow start, but now in the second, he seems to be finding his rhythm.
Now here's Jerome. He's got 14. Aldama right side. Jackson with a screen on Jones. Jerome. 3-pointer off the mark. Bulls trail by 9. Stan, when you look at Josh Giddey's game, how would you best describe it?
Well, B.A., he's a triple-double threat. Taller playmaker, sees the floor well, can rebound. I love his versatility.
Now here's Jerome. Really helps his team on offense, recording 20 points a game. Jackson left side, beyond the arc, sinks the tray. Jackson's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Pass to Buzelis. Jones from outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Aldama's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
With some arc, and it's laid in by Jerome. Jerome's got 16 points.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
Jones, the pass to Giddey.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left to play in the second quarter. Count it. Good. Give him 8.
An elite ball handler. Giddey uses the bounce to get buckets.
Jerome outside. Pass to Coward. 3-pointer. Jones grabs the board.
Yeah, and they've taken their foot off the gas a little. They were much more aggressive to start the game and really getting their opponent in early foul trouble.
Now here's Yabusele. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Chicago passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Giddey missing. Grizzlies lead by 12. Here's Coward. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Jackson can't get it to go.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Okoro outside. Here's Buzelis, coming off 41 points last game out. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Memphis. Aldama's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Coward outside Wells. There's Jackson with the 3. Buzelis grabs the board.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game come through.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Okoro passes to Giddey. To the paint. From 6 feet away. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Hey, I like the unselfishness. If someone has a better opportunity, make the next pass.
Chicago shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
At the line for the Bulls, Gershon Yabusele, shooting 1.
And so it's Memphis. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. Back to the game after this break.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Seems like they can't miss. Just rolling offensively, getting whatever they want.
You haven't heard this in a while, fellas. SLN, Shaq-like numbers. When you're doing that, it means dominance.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And now, as the season winds down, a look at the Western Conference picture.
Taking a look here at the Grizzlies, they haven't played their best ball, it's an understatement. Looking a little lost and flustered right now. It's almost like they don't have any confidence in themselves.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's been getting it done is Santi Aldama.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
Memphis leading by 9. On the court for the Grizzlies. Jackson out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Jalen Wells. Then it's Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the 2. Pass to Jerome. Picked by Aldama. 6 on the shot clock. Jerome, that's good.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And here are the Bulls now, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Goes up from the top of the key. Aldama grabs a board. Aldama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jerome against Jones. Here's Jackson. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Jones' shot is good.
Big time night from Trey Jones. Usually he's setting others up. Good to see him take initiative.
Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Up top, Aldama. Here's Coward. Pass to Jackson. Jerome feeling it out a bit. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Yabusele finds Jones. That one's good for 2. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Jackson outside. Picked by Aldama. 3-pointer. Jackson can't get it to go.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And that one is hammered home.
Hey, that's an aggressive move by Giddey. You'll love to see it.
Pass to Coward. Back to Jerome. Oh, he pipes it. 9 for 14 and showing no let-up.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Okoro. Give him 8 points now. Outside Giddey. Jones from outside. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got his 6th assist of the night.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Here's Jerome. Give him 20. Pass to Aldama. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Aldama's got 26 points.
Well, it's Santi Aldama night. This is not what we expected coming in.
Here's Yabusele, and that one is stuffed right through.
BA, forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected cam? Here's Jerome, following the bucket by the Bulls. It falls, and now he's 10 of 15 shooting. Nice work.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Now Jones, 18 points for him. Now here's Giddey. Count it. That's his 6th field goal and 12 tries.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Pass to Aldama. Now Jackson. Out to the right wing. Here's Jerome. He buries it from 3. Jerome's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Jones, the pass to Giddey. Goes up on the wing. Memphis with a rebound. They've led by as many as 14. Looking ahead, they've got the Mavericks coming to town for their next one, and that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Here's Coward. Back to Aldama. Lets the 3 fly. Chicago grabs the miss. Yabusele's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Jones. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Ty Jerome.
Well, defensively, you have to be careful about fouling Jones. He's a high percentage free throw shooter.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And they've also been in the zone with the mid-range jumper. The defense has given them space, and they haven't hesitated to rise and fire.
First free throw is good.
Well, you like the passion Jones steps on the floor with, especially for being so undersized.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The former second-round pick, Jones has worked hard to carve out a role in this league, and he continues to look to improve.
Now here's Jerome. 25 points in the game. Outside Wells. Lets it go from deep. Buries it from three. Wells has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 10. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Chicago passing it around. Yabusele the screen. Fires from deep. Cleared away by Wells. Memphis leading by 10. Jerome outside. Back to Wells. Now Jackson. Wells with it. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Jackson, the screen, down to 5 on the shot clock. Jerome, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Jones finds Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. From deep. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 8 assists in the game.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. The Bulls making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. And Memphis also making a switch. Pippen, he's checked in for Jerome. Count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Well, Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, B.A. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve.
Here's Buzelis, an aggressive player on offense, scoring around 16 a game. Pass to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot. Fires it. And Yabusele with a bucket on the assist by Sexton. Yabusele's got 4 points in the quarter. And here's Pippen. Give him 8 points now. Picked by Aldama. There's Jackson with the 3. That shot missing.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Okoro on the wing for 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And I'll tell you what, for his size, just about 7 feet, Buzelis is a pretty good passer.
Pass to Coward. And here's Aldama. Here's Pippen. Jackson with a screen on Jones. The 3 is up. He is rebounded by Okoro. The Bulls trail by 4. touch off the glass. Yabusele's got 9.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Now here's Jackson. 12 points for him. Here's Aldama. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
Sweet touch from the mid-range. Every year, Aldama seems to gain more and more confidence shooting the ball.
Here's Jones. An easy 2 on the layup. Jones has got 11 points here in the second half.
Knowing his team needs a lift, he's putting them on his back.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Pass to Buzelis. Now Sexton. He's got 13. Shakes him. Again, the Bulls score.
Look, Sexton has been aggressive, and he's been effective. What a scoring night.
They set the pick. Here's the 3. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Sexton. Yabusele outside. Now Jones. Here's Buzelis. The 3 from Sexton. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Trey Jones with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, now the question is, how do you scheme this guy? Try to take the ball out of his hands? Bring a second defender? I'm curious to see what they do.
Some changes for Chicago. Richards has checked in for Yabusele. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And it's Josh Giddey in for Okoro. .125 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Spencer. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Prosper misses. Chicago's gotten 4 threes to fall out of 5 attempts here in the third. Pass to Sexton. So he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Let's see some of the numbers here for Josh Giddey.
Through the last 10 games, we've seen his rebounding numbers start to slide. He's not being as aggressive on the glass, not like he was earlier on in the season. He needs to get that fire back.
And he drops it first.
Well, you know, Sexton is the definition of a spark plug. He's a high-energy, high-paced player and is terrific at creating scoring opportunities for himself.
The Bulls making a switch here. Smith's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And really strong at the line since the break.
Grizzlies trail by 3. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Will it go? Count the basket and the foul! That one on Giddey.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Ty Jerome. 1 shot.
Free throw, no good. The Bulls shooting really well in this matchup. 62% from the floor.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Giddey finds Sexton. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Smith no good. Here's Prosper, checked by Sexton.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Memphis, Prosper, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 3 on the clock. And Giddey finishes it off. Giddey's got 6 here in the quarter. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Chicago ahead, up by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Josh Giddey. Jalen Smith is out there with Nick Richards. Then it's Williams, and it's Sexton in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Yeah, look at Giddey stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
Jerome attacking. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Jerome's got 13 in the second half.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Now here's Giddey. Back to Smith. There's the triple. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got assist number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. The shot's good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Sexton finds Giddey. Clock at 6. Back to Sexton. 4-3. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Grizzlies trail by 4. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Sexton against Jerome. Pippen. He drops it from range.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Now here's Sexton, defended by Pippen, and he gets it to go. Sexton's got 22.
Gonna have to do more than that to knock Sexton off his block. Colin is a determined scorer.
Here's Pippen. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Down low. Smith right side. Pass to Richards. Now here's Giddey, defended by Pippen. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
It's never easy trying to stop Sexton. I love watching him bounce off the defense and finish in style.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Pass to Prosper. Jerome outside. Here's Prosper, covered by Richards. And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
Taking it straight to the rim. Going for the high percentage shot when it matters the most.
Well, when it's this close, you want to put your best scorers in a position to succeed. That's exactly what happened.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Isalo, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. He's checked in for Smith. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Head coach of the Grizzlies had some words for his team over the break. Coach wanted to see more urgency when it came to closing out on shooters. He said, quote, right now we're jogging at them on the perimeter. It needs to be a sprint to run them off the line. We'll see if the guys have it in them.
Okay, thanks, Allie. And it's tied up with that one. And it's Giddey with a ball for Chicago. Next game, they'll get to take on the Lakers in Los Angeles. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. With the step back, here's Sexton. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot. And finally, they hit one. Sexton's got 6 points in the quarter.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Jerome on the wing. Giddey defends. He gets it in there. Jerome's got 15 points in just the second half.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
There's a screen. Williams from long range. Counted from distance. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
The Grizzlies have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. Here's Jerome. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jerome's got 33 points.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And so here is Chicago. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Outside, Williams launches a 3. Memphis with a rebound.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Pass to Jerome. Now here's Pippen to take the lead. Richards pulls it in. Richards has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside Sexton. Back to Richards. Jerome grabs the miss. Jerome's got 4 rebounds now. And the layup is good. Jerome's got 8 points here in the quarter.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Chicago making some changes. Luz Ellis is checked in for Richards. Okoro comes in for Williams. And it's Jones in for Sexton. Chicago trailing here. Outside Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Chicago passing it around. Now here's Yabusele. Yabusele the screen. Inside. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal
It's going to go on Santi Aldama.
Team foul. At the line for two, Gershon Yabusele.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one's off. And he's good on the second.
Well, they had a chance for the lead right there, but we're all evened up.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Outside Wells. Up top Aldama. Jackson outside. Pass to Wells. And here's Jerome. Over Jones. And there's Memphis with another bucket.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jones. Yabusele a screen on Jerome. Jones misses. Memphis leading. Jerome outside. From downtown. And it's Giddey with a rebound. For Chicago, they've gotten 6 of 12 shots to go here in this fourth quarter. Jones against Jerome. Jones drives in. Pass to Buzelis. Outside Jones. Over Jerome. Jones' shot is good. Jones has got 13 in the second half.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
Jackson the screen to the inside. Here's Coward. Pass to Aldama. Now here's Jerome. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Jerome's got 40 points.
Well, look, Aldama is a very good passer out of the front court.
Outside Jones. Back to Giddey. Here's Buzelis from behind the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Coward's got 4 rebounds in the game. Jerome with the ball. And it's Giddey picking him up. Outside Wells. Pass to Coward. Jerome against Giddey. Takes the 3. Jerome, no good. The Bulls trail by 3. Outside Giddey. Back to Okoro. Outside Giddey. The 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Jackson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Pass to Yabusele. Here's Giddey. Shoots from 12. Oh, it's off. Now Jackson. Jerome with the ball. He got it.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Giddey scanning the floor. It's good.
Important points from Giddey. He gets up for these big moments.
Jerome against Jones. Jerome on the wing. And the three misses. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Bulls. It's a 5-point game. Bucket is good!
Yeah, great find by Giddey, a tall guard who sees the floor so well.
Memphis has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Here's Jackson. Jerome outside. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the basket is good.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one, doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Now here's Yabusele. Giddey. Jacks up a three. Jones outside. Beyond the arc. And at last it goes down.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Jackson right side. So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup!
Wow, they needed that from Josh Giddey. Huge basket.
Now Jackson.
And you have to try to make something happen. I mean, they have to be aggressive at this point, even if it's risking a foul.
Get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Outside Giddey. Tries it from 9. Yes, sir! Sticks the J.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Now here's Jackson.
And you have to try to make something happen. I mean, they have to be aggressive at this point, even if it's risking a foul.
first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Giddey cashes it in.
Late game pressure, no problem. Not a factor in Giddey's concentration.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Chicago, Josh Giddey. One shot.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Giddey.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
And so they foul intentionally.
Josh Giddey. Second personal foul. 15th foul. Shooting for Memphis, Tom Jerome, taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the 3 and try to force OT.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick.
And it's Giddey off the drive. Buries it!
When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. And you love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Shooting for Memphis, Tom Jerome. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. And stolen by Jackson. Stolen by Jones. From deep 3-point range. Misses the 3. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Shooting for Memphis, Jackson. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he's unable to get the second one. And so the big win by Memphis in a tight game. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment, but they stood tall and got the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Ty Jerome.